The atmosphere at the Grand Walker Hill Seoul Hotel on that fateful evening was unlike anything the Korean entertainment industry had seen in months. The ballroom, elegantly adorned with shimmering chandeliers and pristine white table settings, was packed with journalists, fans, and industry insiders, all eagerly awaiting Moon Jae-young's appearance. Rumors had been swirling for days that she would make a statement following Cha Eun-woo's quiet but emotional enlistment in the military. But no one could have predicted the raw honesty and overwhelming emotion that would pour from her heart when she finally stepped onto the stage. Dressed in a graceful ivory gown that reflected both poise and vulnerability, Moon Jae-young walked slowly to the podium. The cameras clicked furiously, their flashes casting fleeting bursts of light across the room. She paused, took a deep breath, and let her eyes scan the sea of expectant faces before her. Her voice trembled ever so slightly as she began to speak. But there was strength beneath that tremor. A strength that only love and conviction could provide. No matter how long it takes, she said, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I'll wait for him. Those words seemed to hang in the air like a spell, freezing the room in stunned silence. For a brief moment, even the clicking of camera shutters ceased. It was as if everyone present understood that they were witnessing something deeply personal and rare, a confession not born out of publicity or calculated media strategy, but one that sprang from a place of genuine emotion. She continued, her voice growing steadier as she added, because some people are worth every second. The emotional weight of that statement instantly reverberated far beyond the walls of the hotel. Within minutes, social media erupted with hashtags like Wait for Eun-woo and Moon Jae-young confession, as fans around the world replayed the moment again and again, unable to believe that one of Korea's most beloved actresses had just bared her heart so openly. But to truly understand the depth of her words, one must return to the beginning, to the time when Moon Jae-young and Cha Eun-woo first crossed paths. Their story began on the set of True Beauty, a drama that catapulted both stars into a new echelon of fame. From the very first table read, those present whispered about the undeniable chemistry between them. On screen, their portrayal of a seemingly fated couple captured the hearts of millions, but off-screen, subtle glances, gentle laughter, and quiet moments hinted that their bond might not be confined to fiction. Over the years, their rumored relationship became one of the entertainment industry's favorite topics. Neither confirmed nor denied the speculation, instead choosing to maintain a dignified silence. Fans were relentless, combing through interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and even social media posts for evidence of a deeper connection. And evidence there was: playful interactions during press tours, shared inside jokes on set, and the way Eun-woo's gaze seemed to soften whenever it landed on her. Came the announcement that Cha Eun-woo would enlist for his mandatory military service. It was a bittersweet moment for his fans. One of Korea's top actors and a cherished member of Astro, his absence from the stage and screen felt like the dimming of a star. Yet there was also pride that he would serve his country with the same dedication and grace that had defined his career. On the morning of his enlistment, Woo reported quietly to the training center in Gangwon-do. The crisp mountain air carried with it a sense of finality as fans gathered outside, holding banners and flowers, some weeping openly as they called out his name. Eun-woo, dressed in simple casual wear, bowed deeply to the crowd before stepping through the gates. His eyes betrayed a mix of emotions: calm determination, quiet sadness, and perhaps a trace of longing for someone who was not present. Though Moon Jae-young was nowhere to be seen that morning, close to her said she had been deeply affected by his departure. Friends revealed that she had struggled to find the right words to express how she felt, torn between maintaining her private life and sharing what was in her heart. In the end, she decided that some feelings were too powerful to remain unspoken, which is how the world arrived at that evening in Grand Walker Hill Seoul Hotel, where she stood, elegant and fragile yet resolute. As she spoke, her words painted a picture of a bond that had grown quietly but profoundly over the years. She spoke of admiration, for his work ethic, for his kindness, for the way he treated everyone with respect regardless of their status. She reminisced about shared memories, laughter on set and moments of vulnerability behind the scenes. But the highlight of her speech, the moment that left the room breathless, was when she said, "People always ask if love is worth waiting for. I don't have all the answers, but I know this: he is worth it." The confession unleashed a tidal wave of emotions both inside and outside the venue. Reporters, stoic and professional, were seen wiping away tears. Fans flooded social media with messages of support, many expressing how moved they were by her courage to speak so openly. In the hours that followed, the internet became a whirlwind of speculation. Is this a confirmation of their relationship? Had Cha Eun-woo known she would make such a statement? Would this mark a turning point in how celebrities in Korea handle their private lives in public? While answers to these questions remained elusive, one thing was clear: Moon Jae-young's words had struck a universal chord. The media frenzy was immediate and relentless. Lines screamed about her declaration of love. National outlets translated her speech, spreading her heartfelt confession far beyond Korea. Within 24 hours, hashtags related to her confession trended in more than a dozen countries. Even celebrities chimed in, some praising her honesty, others playfully teasing that Eun-woo was the luckiest man alive. But amid the chaos of public reaction, there was a quieter story unfolding, a story of friends and colleagues who knew both of them well. Cast members from True Beauty and other projects shared anecdotes about their time together. One co-star revealed, they always had this unspoken understanding. See it in the way they looked at each other when no one else was paying attention. A member of Astro's management team disclosed that Eun-woo often smiled whenever Moon Jae-young's name came up in conversation, a subtle hint that his feelings were just as deep. Moon Jae-young, life after the confession took on a new rhythm. While she continued with her projects, every public appearance carried with it the weight of her words from that night. Yet she remained poised, neither exploiting the media attention nor shying away from it. Instead, she channeled her emotions into her work, on challenging roles that reflected her maturity and depth as an actress. Meanwhile, Eun-woo embarked on his journey as a soldier, undergoing the rigorous training required of his unit. Those of him in uniform, looking both dignified and determined, surfaced online, sending fans into a frenzy of pride and longing. Occasionally, letters would be delivered to him from fans. Perhaps among them was one written in handwriting he knew all too well. The future of their relationship remained uncertain. Did so many aspects of life during military service. Yet fans could not help but hope for a reunion. A moment when the two would stand together again, stronger than ever after weathering the storm of time and distance. Months passed, but her words from that night refused to fade from memory. They became a rallying cry for love that endured. A reminder that some connections are too powerful to be broken by circumstance. Entertainment pundits debated endlessly about what her confession meant for celebrity culture in Korea. But ordinary people found in her statement something far simpler and more profound, a reflection of their own hopes, fears, and devotion. As her projects continued and his service progressed, the world watched and waited. Perhaps one day, long after his military duties are fulfilled, there will be another press conference. Perhaps the same ballroom at Grand Walker Hill Seoul Hotel will once again be filled with flashing cameras and hushed anticipation. And perhaps, this time, they will stand side by side, no longer separated by circumstance but united by the very love she so bravely declared. Until then, her words linger like a promise etched in time. No matter how long it takes, I'll wait for him, she had said, her voice unwavering in its sincerity. And maybe, just maybe, that is all love ever really is, the willingness to wait, to hope, and to believe that some people are worth every second of the way.